Good morning, everyone. Hustlers, dreamers, go-getters. Thank you for being here today. I look around this room and I see something incredible. I see people who are ready to rise, ready to grind, ready to turn their dreams into reality. I see people who know deep down that they were born for greatness, even if the journey feels tough right now. And I'm here to tell you something that's going to light a fire in your soul. Embracing the hustle is the key to unlocking your success. Hard work pays off. And today we're going to dive into what it means to hustle, why it matters, and how it can change your life. Let quotes start with a simple truth. Nothing worth having comes easy. The dreams you hold in your heart, the business you want to start, the career you want to build, the life you want to live, they're not going to fall into your lap. They're not going to show up on your doorstep with a pretty bow on top. If you want something extraordinary, you have to be willing to do the extraordinary. You have to be willing to hustle. You have to be willing to put in the work day after day, even when you're tired, even when you're scared, even when the results aren't showing up yet. Because here's the secret that every successful person knows. Hard work pays off. It always has, and it always will. What does it mean to embrace the hustle? It means waking up every day with a fire in your belly, ready to do whatever it takes to get closer to your goals. It means saying no to excuses and yes to effort. It means showing up even when you don't feel like it. It means pushing through the pain, the doubt, the setbacks, because you know that on the other side struggle is the life you've always wanted. Embracing the hustle is about choosing to be the kind of person who doesn't just dream, they do. The kind of person who doesn't just talk, they act. The kind of person who doesn't just wish, they work. I want you to think about a time in your life when you hustled for something you really wanted. Maybe it was studying late into the night to pass an exam. Maybe it was working 2 jobs to save up for your first car. Maybe it was training for months to run your first marathon. Do you remember how it felt? Do you remember the sweat, the sacrifice, the moments when you wanted to give up but didn't? And do you remember the feeling when you finally achieved that goal? That feeling of pride, of accomplishment, of knowing that your hard work paid off. That's what embracing the hustle is all about. That's the magic of putting in the work. Let me tell you a story about someone who embraced the hustle and saw the rewards of their hard work. A woman named Oprah Winfrey. Oprah grew up in poverty in Mississippi, facing challenges most of us can't even imagine. She was born into a world that told her she didn't matter because of her race, her gender, her circumstances. But Oprah had a dream. She wanted to tell stories, to connect with people, to make a difference, and she was willing to hustle for it. She started working in radio while she was still in high school, taking every opportunity she could to learn and grow. She faced rejection, discrimination, and setbacks, but she never stopped. She kept showing up, kept working, kept believing in herself. And over time, that hustle paid off. Oprah became one of the most influential women in the world, building a media empire, inspiring millions, and proving that hard work can take you from nothing to everything. Now, you might be thinking, that's an amazing story, but I'm no Oprah Winfrey. I don't have that kind of talent or opportunity. Let me stop you right there. You don't need to be Oprah to embrace the hustle. You don't need to have a big dream or a grand stage. The hustle isn't about where you start. It's about what you do with what you've got. It's about showing up for your life, for your goals, for your dreams, no matter how big or small they are. It's about being willing to put in the work, even when the odds are against you, even when the world tells you it's impossible. I quote, "We've seen the power of the hustle in my own life." A few years ago, I was stuck in a dead-end job, barely making ends meet, feeling like my dreams were slipping away. I wanted to start my own business, but I didn't have the money, the connections, or the confidence. I could have given up. I could have told myself this is just how it's going to be, but I didn't. I decided to embrace the hustle. I started waking up at 5 a.m. every day to work on my business plan before my day job. I spent my evenings learning new skills, networking with people, saving every penny I could. There were days when I wanted to quit, days when I felt like I was getting nowhere. But I kept going, I kept hustling. And slowly but surely, things started to change. I launched my business, landed my first client, and eventually built a life I'm proud of. Why? Because I embraced the hustle, because I believe that hard work pays off. Let's talk about why the hustle matters. In a world that's obsessed with instant gratification, the hustle is a rebellion. It's a refusal to take shortcuts. It's a commitment to doing things the right way, even if it's the hard way. The hustle builds character, it builds resilience, it builds confidence. Every time you show up, every time you put in the work, you're proving to yourself that you're stronger than you think. You're proving that you're capable of more than you ever imagined. And over time, that hustle compounds. It turns small steps into giant leaps. It turns dreams into achievements. It turns you into the kind of person who doesn't just survive, you thrive. Let me tell you about another person who embraced the hustle, a man named Jeff Bezos. Before he became the founder of Amazon, Jeff Bezos was just a guy with a dream. He was working a good job on Wall Street, but he had an idea to start an online bookstore. Everyone told him it was a bad idea. The internet was new, untested, risky, but Jeff believed in his vision. He quit his job, moved across the country, and started working out of his garage. He and his small team worked round the clock, packing books on the floor, figuring things out as they went. There were no guarantees, no safety nets, just a lot of hard work. But that hustle paid off. Amazon grew from a garage startup to one of the biggest companies in the world, and Jeff Bezos became a billionaire. Why? Because he embraced the hustle, because he knew that hard work pays off. Now, I know the hustle isn't always glamorous. It's not always fun. There are days when you'll feel tired, frustrated, overwhelmed. There are days when you'll wonder if it's worth it. But I'm here to tell you it is. Every late night, every early morning, every moment you push through the struggle, it's all building something, it's all leading you somewhere. The hustle is like planting seeds. You don't see the harvest right away, but if you keep watering, keep tending, keep working, one day you'll look up and see a field full of everything you've ever wanted. Let me share a story about a woman I met named Maria, a single mom from Chicago. Maria had a dream of opening her own bakery, but she was working long hours as a cashier to support her kids. She didn't have the money or the time to chase her dream, or so she thought. But Maria decided to embrace the hustle. She started baking at night after her kids went to bed, selling her goods to friends and neighbors. She saved every dollar she could, took online courses to learn about business, and spent her weekends at local markets, building her customer base. It wasn't easy. There were nights she barely slept, days she wanted to give up, but she kept going. She kept going, and 2 years later, Maria opened her bakery. Today, she's running a thriving business, providing for her family, and living her dream. Why? Because she embraced the hustle, because she believed that hard work pays off. I want you to imagine something with me. Imagine a life where you've embraced the hustle. Imagine waking up every day knowing that you're giving your all, that you're building something incredible, that you're becoming the person you were always meant to be. Imagine the pride you'll feel, the confidence you'll have, the legacy you'll leave behind. That life is not a fantasy. That life is yours for the taking. All you have to do is embrace the hustle. All you have to do is believe that hard work pays off. So today, I'm asking you to make a commitment to yourself, to your dreams, to the life you want to live. Commit to embracing the hustle. Commit to showing up day after day, even when it's hard. Commit to putting in the work, even when the results aren't immediate. Because I promise you, the hustle will pay off. It will take you further than you ever thought possible. It will turn your dreams into reality. It will make you unstoppable. The world is waiting for you. Your dreams are waiting for you. The life you've always wanted is waiting for you. So go out there, embrace the hustle, work hard, and watch how it pays off. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Fearless Motivation.